Hey guys, I'm gonna try and make this quick because I blab a lot. And yeah, so how I got my job. It was June 19th, 2013. And I was really hesitant about getting a job, and I never even told my mom that I wanted a job. But I was in touch with my neighbor across the street who's really good at giving advice out and stuff like that. And we looked in newspapers and stuff for a while and saw on TV, and I saw an ad for the daycare that I worked at. Um, I saw that ad, called once, checked it out, called again, uh, got the application, went into, no joke, a 5-minute interview because she had to go to a meeting, call back, got the job. Um, I went through, sorry, I'm gonna cuss a lot in this one probably. So, pardon my French, but I went through hell and back with that job on my own. One time I was in hell in the same situation, in other words, with my coworker at the time, and so we both pulled each other out of there. And, if it wasn't for the kids, I would have never quit my job, and obviously you guys just heard I did end up quitting my job on the 26th of June this year, 2014, and I actually was really, really sad about it. I had to do what I had to do. I did something stupid over Facebook, and it was hard though during school because I went, we get out 3:21. Don't ask me, that's a weird time, but whatever. I went right after school, so 3:30 technically, till 6, and I worked Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. Then I had pep band stuff to get to afterwards, so which depending on the call time, I would have to leave 5:30. So I would have to leave early on Fridays, and then I all of a sudden had confirmation stuff on Wednesdays, and so I could only work Mondays and Fridays. Um, it was hard. I wish I could have stuck around for the rest of the summer, but I couldn't because of that. And the reason why I quit my job was I didn't think I was getting paid that well. Um, Even just for an assistant, I still think I wasn't getting paid that well. Um, I was not having a good time with parents. I had to do a lot of the things on my own when my coworker was gone. Um, I was rushing to do other things. I didn't want to play with the kids and teach them something. And I just couldn't do it at 15. And one of the things is, I don't want to say it was because of the parents, but it kind of was. But I'm only 15. I'm not supposed to be left alone with kids. But sometimes I was, just for other reasons, because they were needed somewhere else, which was okay with me. I usually could pull it through and do that, like, have the classroom stable, I guess. But it was just so hard because I felt like parents, I don't know, I just didn't feel as involved in the classroom as I wanted to be. Um, I know lead teachers have to obviously take the lead, but even for an assistant, we deserve to be heard too. We deserve to help the parents out in any way humanly possible, you know, and it was just kind of beginning to be unfair for me personally. The place where I worked at, I admit, it was a great place. I'm not going to say anything bad about it because obviously it was great. I honestly, for the 1 year I worked there, I barely complained. except for my coworker. I did tell everything that I had on my mind to her, but thankfully we had a good relationship and we could conquer anything together, technically. But the place was a good place. I did really like it. And I liked how I taught them. But I taught them while playing. And so, because parents, to your parents, you don't always have to sit down with your child and try to teach them something, depending on their age. If they're toddlers, they obviously play while learning. You can ask, what color is that right there that I'm pointing at? That's green. But, it's basic life stuff that I taught them, and it was great. It was wonderful, and if it wasn't for those toddlers, I would have never been there. My toddlers and my coworker made uh, a huge difference in my life. And I look so bored in my videos, like I don't even look like I'm up, but I am. I had a busy day, ran to Walmart, ran to the bank, it was busy. But, it wasn't only because of the thing I did over Facebook, and I didn't want the parents thinking that was just the reason and be like, oh, like, that was smart, like, that was real mature. I hate when people say that. But I did also kind of get chewed out by a parent a lot, just in my personal life, and she ended up, I don't know. I don't really want to say too much about that, but I did kind of get chewed out by a parent more in my personal life a little bit, and just by the social media line was crossed too many times, I think, with me. But, you're 15, like, it's the 21st century, you're 15. I even got this comment from a parent the one time. She's like, I honestly thought you were in college, but until I saw you marching in the Band Day parade, then I realized you were in high school. I was like, but you're so mature for your age. Like, I could have sworn you were in college. And lately I've been getting really positive feedbacks about being mature. And it drives me insane when younger kids were like, oh, be mature, When in all reality, they don't even know the definition of mature. And they're nowhere near that. But, I always try to go above and beyond, which I did. I always thought things out and decided, what was best for them. If they were going through their terrible twos, how to handle something like the biting, the whatever. I always put my kids in front of myself. I always made sure my room was at least picked up when parents came to pick them up. I made sure they were clean so they didn't have anything on them. I did everything for my kids, and I'm happy to say that I did make a difference in their lives. Maybe some of the parents don't realize it, but, I made a difference in their kids' life, and I'm happy that I can say that. And I stuck through for a year and exactly 1 week. A year and 1 week. And, I'm just happy I got the opportunity to do it. I love being with kids, and I don't know what I'm going to do in the future. I am kind of leaning towards to just being a nanny for somebody who has an infant and or a toddler, and just babysit occasionally for them with any luck. Once I get my license and stuff like that. And I hope I can find somebody like that, because that sounds really good to do. I don't know what the future holds for me. I do want to, study child development when I get older. That's one of the things. My next thing is being an actress. That's always been my number one thing, actually, to be an actress. And so I'll still make hopeful videos I love learning, new ways on how to help you guys and understanding more of the developmenting of kids and all that good stuff. So I love you all. I'm still on YouTube here, so that was my update on my life, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Okay, bye. Have a good Tuesday, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.